How's it going? So, I'm going to continue on. Apparently, I'm having trouble sleeping tonight, so I'm just going to do this. So, moving on. So, on this round, I want to talk about image. Kind of a tough one to talk about. It kind of carries you down some weird paths. It kind of leads you down a lot of unsurety. But in my life, image hasn't been anything but maybe a perception or a persona. Um, I don't think of myself as anything less desirable or more desirable. I just think of myself as an average everyday guy. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like anybody else. Um, so I'm no better or I'm no worse than anybody else. I have my flaws. I have my weaknesses. I have my strengths. But I'm not talking about me here. I'm talking about image as a whole. And in society, let's just go there. See, people will walk around with some weird ideas of what image should look like. And honestly, folks, I don't understand it. But really and truthfully, in all honesty, image means nothing. It really does. When you think about the grand scheme and the big picture of this all, your your title, it really doesn't mean anything. Image, yeah, a lot of us we're on here talking and we're on here posting and we're on here getting involved in trends and we're on here doing whatever it is we're doing. Maybe we're promoting a business, whatever, right? But the truth is, image doesn't and won't take you very far. Because let's face it, right? You say one thing and someone doesn't like it. What kind of image do they have of you? Right? Doesn't matter who you are. If you say something that someone doesn't like, your image is already shot. Then, if you say something or do something that everybody likes, your image builds a little bit, right? Everybody roots you on, right? Everybody claps and gathers around you and hey, yeah. But image, the only image I want to have and give to people is the one of truth, is the one of being humble and honest. Because honestly, I really could care less what people think. As long as my words are of honesty, there it is. So, when we're online and when we're out here in the world and we're trying to build ourselves up and so forth, and when we're trying to build a name for us, the only thing that we should remember and keep in mind and keep in the back of our mind is, as long as we're following the oaths of integrity, as long as we're following the oaths of honesty, as long as we're following the terms of truth, who can judge us? Now, I know as soon as I say that, there's gonna be somebody that says, "Well, I can." Okay, yeah, but I'm just a face on the screen. So, do do I really care about what people think, or say, or do? No. See, that's the image. Confidence, honesty, truth. And out here in society, like, everybody is trying to build an image. They're trying to build a brand. They're trying to build something of themselves. They're trying to build a company, or they're in a company, or this or that, or whatever else. But all the time that people are trying to build this image of themselves, the only thing that they're building is they're building people's perception of them. Are they a good person? Or are they a bad person? Do they lead in good ways or do they lead in bad ways? Do they do the right thing or do they not do the right thing? Right? And one day it could be one thing and the next day it could be the next thing. So the image may constantly change. So what am I saying? I'm saying is, while we're all out here throwing our image around, when we're all out here portraying something, when we're all out here doing whatever it is that we're doing, as long as we're leading by the right ways of doing things, the only image that we will want is one of what is right. But, anyways, better get moving. You all have a good night. Love and light. Till then.